Today, knowing data science is like having a superpower. It helps people and businesses to make smart choices and stay ahead by understanding the big data. In this episode, Rajan Chetri from Analytics Vidya will delve into pandas for data processing. Further, he will cover data type, conversation, index management, and data exploration using different functions. Quick note, this video is a part of a series covering all aspects of hands-on data analysis with pandas. To delve deeper into this topic, be sure to check out the other videos in this series. The link is provided below.
Let us proceed with typecasting pandas. Typecasting is one of the pre-processing activity that needs to be done before starting analysis. To explain typecasting to the participants, I'll be changing my dataset from NBA to employees.csv. This dataset contains the data of employees. Now, I would like to bring your attention to two columns here. One is start date and one is last login time. Please observe the data of these two columns. If you look at the data of these two columns, it is date values and time values. Have you clearly observed the data? We have date in start date and we have time in last login time. If you look at the data type of these two columns, you will realize that the data type of these two columns is object. Object represents string. Object means string data. But the data that it contains is not string. It is date and time data. For date and time, Pandas provides a special data type called datetime. It is very important for all of us to fix the data type of these two columns from object to datetime so that we can perform all the date related operations on the data, such as adding dates, subtracting dates, extracting date parts. We can only do all these operations only if the data is date type. We'll be using pd.toDateTime method for type conversion to datetime column. df start date equals to pd.toDateTime df start date. If I check the data type again, you can see here I'm able to convert the data of this column from object to datetime. Alright. Last login time equals to pd.toDateTime df last login time. Alright. Quick check. Is the data type assigned to column named senior management? Is correct. If not, what is the suggested data type for this column? Senior management. You can answer this question once you compare values of this column and the data type. Okay. If I check the values of senior management column, the values are true and false. That means these are Boolean values. But when I check the data type of senior management, it is not Boolean, it is object. So here, we must convert the data of this column from object to bool. So how do we do that? df senior management equals to df senior management dot as type bool. As type is a type conversion method We use it for converting to bool, object, float, and integer. Check the data once again. It is fixed. Here are some important Pandas analytical functions. df head. My first function is nUnique. This function returns count of unique values. How many unique values are there in gender column? There are 2 unique values in gender column. Possibly they are male and female. How many team are there in data? Next method, df.team.nUnique. 10. Unique. This function returns the unique or distinct values of column. df.gender.unique. So there are 3 unique values in gender column: male, female, and nan. There are 3 unique values. What are the name of teams present in data? df.team.unique. nUnique returns count of unique values. Means एक column में कितनी unique values हैं? That is written by nUnique. Unique returns unique values, not the count. Okay. Value counts. Important. This function returns frequency or occurrence count of each unique value. Value counts. This function returns frequency or occurrence count of each unique value. In gender column, the value female is repeated 431 times. Male value is repeated 424 times. We can say that there are 431 females and 424 males in the data. Repeating once again, value count is returning frequency or occurrence count of each unique value present in the column. Can you find me how many players are there in each team? df.team.value counts. So there are 106 occurrences of client services. That means there are 106 players. Then 102 in finance, 101 in business development. Very good. So guys, I'm hoping that you are able to understand what is value counts.
If you have made it to this point in this video, do subscribe for more such content and click on the link below to check out our courses. We offer an array of programs from top universities in India as well as abroad. Alright, now back to the lesson.
You can also convert the numbers into percentage distribution by adding normalized true. df Karthik, yes. Value count means repeated times of each unique value. df.gender.value counts normalized true. Now this parameter, if you want to find the count of nulls, you will use this expression. If you use this expression, you will get to know how many nulls are there in each column. Nulls. Now I was talking about normalize here. What normalize does? Normalize converts numbers into percentage. Like 431 is 50% of entire data. 424 is 49% of entire data. Okay, quick activity. What is the percentage distribution of employees in senior management? So can you tell me what percent of employees are senior and what percentage of employees are junior in the data? Yeah, DF senior management dot value counts. Perfect. For my next demonstration, I will be changing the data set, working with indexes in Pandas. For working with indexes, for learning how to work with indexes in Pandas, I'll be changing the data set, and this is the new data set of James Bond movies. Let us learn how to access rows using row indexes. Bond.ilog. ilog is a property in Pandas that lets you access rows using row indexes. ilog is used to access rows using row indexes. You can use slicing expressions also to fetch choice of rows. Bond.ilog 249 bond.ilog first 5 rows, bond.ilog 22 row index and later rows, bond.ilog rows from 2 to 9, bond.ilog 2 colon 10 colon 2. ilog is used for accessing rows using the index of rows. So if you have some data with you, let's say we have this first 10 rows, and if I want to access any row, suppose I want to access a movie Diamonds Are Forever, so I just need to observe what is the row index of this movie. The row index of this movie is 7. So I'll write bond.ilog 7, and that's how I'm able to access the same movie Diamonds Are Forever. For convenient search, you can replace default row indexes with any choice of column. Say film column. Please observe that in our data there is a column called film. Now we're going to replace the default row indexes with the film column. See before bond dot set index film in place true. So here I'm using set index method to set any given column as index column. I have set film column as index column. You can compare before and after to realize the changes. Now we'll be using ilog property here, log property to search by film column. So bond.log Goldfinger. So when to use ilog and log? ilog is used to access rows only using default row indexes. If row index is not default row index, for every other value, for every other index you will use log property. We also call it labeled indexes. So if there are no default indexes, if there are no default row indexes, then it is called label index. For that, we'll use lock. If it is a row index, then go with ilock. If you have changed row index, then always go with ilock. I'm repeating once again. If it is default row index, use ilock. If it is any other than default row index, then go with lock. So that's how it is. Now, resetting index bond dot reset index in place true bond dot head. So I have visited the index here. Now I have restored the numeric row indexes again back to the data frame using reset index method. Bond if I want to find the index of any movie, how can I find it? So I'm finding the movie named Goldfinger, and I'm using the dot index property to find its index, which is 2. You can see 2 here also. Here is a quick activity. Set the year column as index column and find and using log property, find the movies produced in the year 1965. Alright, so I'm going to write bond.setIndex year in place true bond.head bond.log 1965. Yeah, so there is only one movie here, which is Thunderball. Correct.
We hope you found this video helpful. If you did, don't forget to drop this video a like and share it with your friends and colleagues. If you want to learn and explore more such topics, head on to the link below to gain access to more data science lessons and subscribe to this channel. Until next time.